Not sure if you guys can see, but you can see how there's clearance between the steering servo and the back of the shaft. I angled the whole retract like this with spacers underneath here, small little plastic spacers about maybe a 1/16 of an inch, and then angled the whole retract up. Still seems really secure. I got the headlight on there. What I did for that was I reversed this thing because before it was off the back, and then I used another little plastic spacer. That's actually what I used underneath there. I just cut little pieces off with a utility knife, turned it around, got a longer screw, and then I mounted this in the front. And I'll post some pictures of the light on. I still need to get a Y harness to power the light. I think the light will always be on, but in the daytime you won't really see it when it's down there, and when it's flying at night I guess you still got somewhat of a light on the bottom, but it looks really good. When it retracts or deploys, I guess, you can see try and angle the light. If you look in there, I cut off the end of it since there's no spacer in here, just a washer. This thing was deeper in there, so I cut off the threads on this part here so they don't make contact with the foam in there, and then this when it retracts. And then I use a little piece of fuel line to just stop it in there because there's not really much force pushing that down. I did modify that before to use one of those little clevises instead of the one because it would always get twisted on it. So if you look at the bottom of the retract, you can see how the bottom of the retract isn't touching the foam down there, or the plastic. It's up a little bit where the wire's going in. So that helps to angle it back so it doesn't make contact with this when it retracts, because you guys can see how thick this strut is. And then down inside I drilled out the trunnion for 4 millimeters, or 4.2 millimeters to fit it in there. You can see the headlight steers with it. It's got a 45 by 15 wheel on it, the stock one. It's pretty hard. Like, I ordered the softer Dave Brown ones, the 1.75 inch, but they were super skinny and even smaller than that, and I didn't like the way they were, and they would slop around a little bit, and it was just smaller in general, so I didn't use those. I just went with the stock one, like Trojan had said. I did order a 50 by 45 one, and I'm gonna see if that'll fit on there, because you guys can see there's a little bit of room we got to play around with. Not much, but 2.5 millimeters might make it, might not, so we'll see how that works. I think that's it, guys. If you guys want, I can post step-by-step things of what I did. If you guys want to make the mod after I figured out all the problems, you guys should be able to do it in an hour tops. It's pretty easy. You can see where I sanded down the back here, like I said. Just sanded it flat. I put the set screw in and sanded it down so the set screw didn't stick out, and I tightened that one in all the way on the shaft first, and I put a shaft in while I was sanding it because I actually had one of the set screws pop out. Somehow my dad found it. But you can see that this is a little bit thinner here, so it doesn't make contact down there where it was before. And I'll post some pics with the lights on so you guys can see it too. Alright, hope this helps.